Well, we're in the semifinal. First semifinal in the winner bracket here at the Murky Cup playoffs, everybody. So best of 5 from here on out. The dudes are going up against the cats now. Warhead Junction is our first map, and it will get spicy. Should be a fun one. We should get some interesting games here. First of all, because it's a best of 5, we have, of course, a draft restriction in this tournament, meaning that every single hero that gets played cannot be played again in the same series. Every single hero that you see on the first map cannot be played within this best of 5 again. As we're going into game number 3, 4, and 5, that definitely makes for some interesting potential twists. And let's not forget that we also have a bounty system. And I personally, when we headed into the playoffs, I was expecting that most of the teams would shy away from bounties now, because now we're talking, you know, about winning the tournament, about getting the prize money. But so far that hasn't really been the case. We've seen bounty attempts, and I'm fairly impressed by that. So if you are not really familiar with the bounty system, let me go over this real quickly once again. Now we have $2,000 of prize money in this tournament, all thanks to I Can't Wait, who's sponsoring this tournament. And I want to give a huge shout out to him. Just in general, this is really what we have in Heroes of the Storm community right now. We had Kevin that sponsored so many tournaments. We have I Can't Wait that sponsors this. The X Cup series back then, sponsored by Mr. X. So a lot of individuals that are able to finance a tournament like this, want to support the Heroes of the Storm esports scene and actually do it. So big shout out to all of them, and specifically in the context of the Murky Cup to I Can't Wait. Now, it's called the Murky Cup because he is a Murky fan, and as you can see from the bounties right here, we have a triple bounty reward for Murky. So bounty, essentially we're splitting the prize pool. We have 1,000 that go to the top teams in the tournament, and 1,000 that go into the bounty the bounty thingy, the bounty pool. And every single time that the team completes a bounty, they get a ticket for that pool. And at the end of the tournament, we're looking at how many bounties were completed in total, how many bounties each team completed, and then the teams get a share accordingly to that. So now that we're going into Warhead Junction, not quite sure if we're going to get bounties right off the start, but normally when we're heading later into the games, then some of them are definitely added. So now we get Brightwing, we get Dehaka, we got Blaze as well. So already double global here for the cats. And on the left side, what is the blue team now going to add in the first one? Now keep in mind, Warhead Junction, yes, obviously playing around the Warheads is kind of fun. At the same time, most of these games are being decided by the boss at the top. If you can take a fort down early, you get the boss and you push with it, you have a very good chance to go in either just for the keep or straight up for the game itself. That boss is incredibly powerful. So, as it stands now, we got Genji and Muradin. So already a CC comp with Stormbolt into a Blaze, Jet Propulsion, and Nano in this case on Genji. Dude's obviously one of the strongest teams so far in the tournament. Their qualifier runs have been fantastic, and we'll see if they can continue with that momentum now that they're here in the playoffs, or if they're starting to fall victim, if they're getting a little bit complacent. Anduin gets banned, so no light bomb combo from Genji after a quick swift strike. That's not going to be happening. We have seen a lot of Cho'Gall bans against the cats. Might happen again at some point. We might also get Cho'Gall for them finally. It feels like most teams have been shutting that down over and over again. I don't even know if they want to play it anymore. Or if they are just saying like, yeah, well, it's something that people ban against us and we're quite happy that they're taking it away. But right now, the cats with the next double. Side lane is in. We got Brightwing. And we get Jaina. Okay, a little bit of AoE damage from her and burst damage of course too. And we get Jojo. Every time I'm looking at drafts on this map, I'm really looking at control over any boss fight that could break out. Simply because it is, again, that top lane that normally decides the game. And right now, that's not too bad when it comes to a big 5 versus 5 there on the point itself. Muradin, also every single time I see a Muradin these days, I'm worried that he's going to go for Haymaker and not go for more survivability with Avatar. So that's another one. Here comes Falstad, and here's Rhaegar. Falstad gives you Gust, so that's already a great tool for exactly those boss fights that I've been talking about earlier. And now we're coming to our final pick for game number 1 in the best of 5 series. The cats. A bit more damage is definitely needed. Jaina alone is not going to cut it there. You could go into a triple melee, that's definitely true. But then you're very cooldown dependent on your damage dealer. But let's see what the cats are now going to dish out. Tracer! Alright. Stage is set. War Junction, everybody. Map number 1 in the first semi-final here in the winner bracket of the playoffs for the Murky Cup. Game number 1, the dudes against the cats. On the left, in blue, we got the dudes with Gavlo on Muradin. We have Ultralisk on Falstad. Bloodcool is playing Blaze, Nano on Genji, and then Banana H on Rhaegar. So they have Banana H again on the support role. He's been playing a lot of DPS lately, but I think at least for some series they want him, you know, as a support. The man is just an absolute legend there, so why wouldn't they? The cats on the right side of the map with Captain Rax on Brightwing. We got Valar on Tracer, Drakia on Johanna, Sedath on Dehaka, and Hirath is playing Jaina. So, who's taking lead today? Best of 5 series. Loser of the series is, of course, still in the tournament. Oh, Jaina! Hirath put into a corner and then BAM! That's the end of her. That was a little bit too much attention for Jaina from the looks of it. So, yep. Shouldn't flirt with the entire team. That is definitely not gonna end well. So, everybody all of a sudden went just straight for her. She didn't even have an escape path left or anything. Just storm bolts galore, some body blocking, and Jaina was gone. Oh yeah, not too bad. But as I was saying, we have a loser's bracket. So if you lose the series, you're still in the tournament here. For teams, of course, it is definitely beneficial if you can avoid that from happening. If you, dropping the loser's bracket, I mean, if you can just make your run through the winner bracket. That's always the dream. But yeah, we'll see how far they can go with this. Right now, we got already, well, at the top lane, for example, now also see Tracer still trying to apply a bit of pressure. Teams have started to also focus on the objective. The first one, which is, of course, mercenary camps at the 1 minute mark before the real objective of the game, spawns a minute and a half later. So those warheads, we'll see how they're going to be applied depending on who picks them up there. But as I already explained a bit in the earlier stages of the commentary and the draft, if you apply pressure at the top lane, you can later on attempt to utilize the boss to end the game, which most of the teams do. So yeah, top lane control and boss control is going to be pretty important for all of them. Right now we have level 4 talent slowly kicking in, so it's a bit of a slower start into the game now. Nobody is being too aggressive, everybody is just dipping their toe into the water a bit to try and figure out, alright, how we're looking here at this point. And, well, with level 4 talent kicking in right now, we have down at the bottom still the next little play. Drakia might be the one that gets ganked up on, and yep, he doesn't get out of this, does he now? Okay, Brightwing, Stormbolt connects with the Fruit Fly, Jet Propulsion connects with both, and that's both of them gone. Yeah, that's how you lose 2 heroes instead of 1. So, Brightwing trying to help out, and that is, then it's a very quick double kill. So, as is, Brightwing trying to help, Jojo with an iron skin, and then the Jet Propulsion was what sealed the deal for them. Just too much stun, and that's 3 kills to 0. So as far as starts into the game are concerned, this is pretty darn good. Yeah, 3 kills to 0, bit of a leading experience as well. And with the warheads, the first ones are already being picked up as we speak. And they got 2 in their hands already. Gavlo is moving towards the top. And it's just, I mean, again, single-mindedly running in there, trying to attack the top lane. Not timing it around a minion wave, not doing anything, just now desperately attempting to escape and hops out. But it's actually kind of funny, because most of the time what you see instead is that teams are also attempting to time it for when a minion wave moves in. But even if you just leave that, you can see that the top lane is a big priority for that here. But still, quite funny. Okay, Fruit Fly is dead again. It's just kind of amusing to me how he just, like, seriously, like, he just right-clicked it and he was like, I got this. I gotta nuke this. That's all there's to it. So, yeah. But as it stands, they're moving in at the bottom of the map too, so whatever's closest gets nuked is essentially what's currently happening here. And of course, with that, we're still having at the top also some pressure being executed. Tracer falls in the meantime down at the bottom of the map, but up here at the top it's also a 2 versus 2 that just broke out, and with Muradin jumping in and potentially hitting another Stormbolt, they could actually, I'll say, follow up with a jet propulsion, but with Gablo missing his ability here, that doesn't quite work. That could have been a kill. If he connects a Stormbolt, I think a kill is definitely in the cards for them. But here, didn't quite work. So, as it stands, they're still trying to get that jet propulsion hit here in the middle. So far, so good, but at least not able to take the Arc out here. He had way too many hit points at that point in time in order to do anything about it. Jojo's at the top and pushes for the fort. The Haka, though, Setup is really toying with his life here a couple of times, doesn't he? But to be fair to him, he is surviving. So at the end of the day, this is essentially all that he needs to do. And he's baiting a lot of abilities on the opponent. If he doesn't die in the process, then hey, even better. Drain their mana, and that's it. Now, bit of a leading experience still for the blue team, which could also lead to an earlier level 10 ability that they could use. Rega gets killed. Finally a kill for the Cats. Level 10, and it is Haymaker. Muradin, Gavlo, he's looking for those big playmaker moves. Let's see if this is working out for him, or if he's just getting completely destroyed because of it. Both definitely possible, let's be honest. Now, the one thing that I also... Oh, Gavlo, and... That's one way to use it. Keeps himself... Who needs Avatar when you have Playmaker? You know, that's the move. He could have died there. Yes, he could have Avatared, but just going for the big ping pong move, it's just way better. So, yeah, Playmaker all day, every day, apparently. At least for him. Well, that's what it is. Well, it's kind of funny, at least. Now, one of the things that I also wanted to highlight is that in the previous series that they already had in the playoffs, the Cats made massive comebacks happen. And that in the context of them just losing Jaina, just trying to say don't count them out no matter what happens, because this is a team that always bounces back from the looks of it. Their late game in particular has been so strong multiple times now already that while I think the dudes are the favorites here, nobody should count the Cats out. And I think nobody will. Because, again, they've proven many times that you discount their ability to get back into the game at your own peril. So they will punish you if you give them a chance and if you become complacent in the game just because you've taken a lead. So I don't think the teams are actually going to do this here. But, well, for now, we have a next attack coming. Ancestral, okay, isolation. Teams just exchanging cooldowns here, but Falset isn't even here, and that fort has still fallen. So we're talking bot lane right now, and the Haka is now moving towards the top to deal with the bird. But we also have down at the bottom of the map, the fight's still continuing, and Rega is down again. So 6 kills to 2 now. The party continuing as they're following up on the potential kill on Nano, and he also falls. So this is the Cats showing their claws, making their moves, getting kills, looking for more than only the double that they already secured. They're turning their attention to Gavlo and Muradin, but weren't able to take him down just yet. But the aggression is definitely there. They're looking for chances and opportunities to gain momentum in this and just absolutely crush them. Right now what we're getting is, yeah, a little bit of topside push now too. Still looking for that fort. There's the defense, but there's another fort now destroyed at the bottom of the map. So this one gets taken very quickly. Yeah. And can they get another kill? They go for Jojo and they take her. But for just a moment, it looked like even that wouldn't work out for them. Rotation, thanks to this, is also pretty successful. I mean, quick move towards the top, taking another fort out. The Haka already tunneled back out, so rejoins with the team here. Works quite nicely for them. As they're looking for the next play and potentially also the next team fight. I mean, they've been looking for CC comps essentially from the beginning here. And if they can lock another one up and get a drag, for example, from the Haka, then even better. 13 on both sides now. So, yep. 13 is in. And... well, at the top, still forts standing. So bottom lane forts have been destroyed by both. I'm still waiting for the boss to play a role. I think this is just a... It's going to be inevitable. I would be absolutely shocked if the boss is not playing a huge role and whoever decides the game in their favor. That would be, I don't want to say a first, but it would definitely be a bit of a rarity. So right now we're seeing 7 kills to 3 overall. We have more warheads being deployed once again. Just on the raw damage number, 25,000 for Tracer and 27,000 for Genji. As usual, it's the two Overwatch heroes that just do the best over here. Is anybody surprised? Not really. Yep. Too much Overwatch. So, OP. Anyways, pushing in the middle a little bit. Top side fort has been taken out on the blue team side. The red team is doing better on structures. The blue team is doing quite okay on kills. Stormbolt. Iron Skin was out. But this could have maybe been a bit of a problem. The Haga coming in. They're also making a play for Garflo again. And, well, again, no Avatar. No Avatar, and therefore immediately a problem for him. 7 kills to 4. Level 14. Bot lane. There's a big push coming. They still got a couple of nukes themselves, but now that they're moving in to try to take the mid lane fort out, let's see if they can. We still have 1 nuke remaining for the dudes here, who are starting to, I don't want to say struggle, but definitely having a bit of a harder time. Ultralisk gets the Ancestral and it's fine too. Down at the bottom of the map, the Haka had to take care of that lane push. And is doing exactly that right now. There's the big minion wave at the top. Might get an assist from Falstad if he makes a play, but Falstad and maybe Rhaegar are now going for another mercenary camp. And now 11 minutes into the game. Not enough kills yet, especially at the same time, to take an advantage of it and go for the boss instead. Yeah, the globals are definitely working for them right now. More so for the red team than for the blue team. I mean, you still got Falstad, but I believe now they should have a shot at taking that fort out. There's a big minion wave coming in a big camp. Then they have the poke, but there's level 16, so they're actually forced back a bit. Falstad has taken, on the other hand, advantage of the lack of a defense in the middle of the map and has started to push for the fort here. So as macro plays are concerned, it's not too bad. Blessed Shield connects with him though. The isolation doesn't. They are going instead for the Haga, but that would have been pretty sweet. If he moves straight into the isolation, then we are going to see a dead birdie again. Instead, the Haga is now being punished for his sin, so he's gone. Haymaker isolates Jojo, and damn, Murden, look at you. Ah well, I would, but I can't anymore because he's dead. So yes, he prepped the kill, but he also died. Worth it? Not so sure. Avatar, you know, he might have been able to survive pretty good Stormbolt and then get a kill. More value. But they're still having the momentum thanks to the 4 versus 3 situation. And not only do they get the fort, for a moment it looked like they might be able to go for Jaina as well, but not quite. Somebody needs to defend the bot lane though. And Falstad is your bird for the job. So that bad boy is still alive and kicking. I swear, somebody's gonna claim it eventually and end it. 38,000 damage for Genji. Jaina's already checking at the top. Don't think that they're going for it yet. They also don't have vision. Most of the blue team's players are currently hidden. So Ultralisk takes the next camp. They're pushing at the top a bit with the Haka. But I mean, again, even for the red team, it's all playing around vision right now and trying to keep the opponent guessing a little bit on what they're doing. One of the reasons they're trying to get the watchtower here as well. Again, once more, blessed shield opportunity here. Not used. Haymaker, on the other hand, has already been utilized. Blaze is at the top and has to defend. But down here, the red team is again pushing this very aggressively, looking for opportunities. So, watchtower control for extra vision has now also been taken. Nano. They try for Jojo again. Iron Skin is out, and so is Drakia. So yeah, with Johanna he's able to walk away. And the Haka uses the time to go to the bottom of the map and get a quick warhead. But the fight in the middle breaks out again, and this time Johanna is gone. Jojo is gone. Now they try to go for Valar. Tracer, oh girl, it's dropping mega low here. And Dehaka has now tunneled away. Saved them at least one warhead, but Ultralisk is moving towards the top and can use it to go for the fort potentially. But they can also go for boss, and that seems this time to be exactly what they're doing. And if worst case happens and your opponent really tries to deal with it, then you have one nuke also left that you could use in the battle to try and zone them away. So boss is going to be taken. I can pretty much guarantee you already that not only is it going to destroy the topside fort, but it will very likely also allow them to go for a keep, because we have 3 nukes for them right now. They're probably going to take this fort out essentially before the boss is even there. But that push at the top is now going to be so difficult to stop, it's going to be massive. So, yep, there we are. Right now, this is a nightmare for the cats. First nuke is already out, zones them away, makes the defense a bit more annoying. There's the counter nuke at least. They set their own up too. Boss is moving in, wall easily destroyed, and yes, this keep is definitely gone. I mean, there's absolutely no way. If you get kills now and maybe level 20, then you can go for the core for sure. Look how quickly this thing disappears. This boss on the map is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Keep is gone, boss is at 50% HP, and they still have a nuke. They still have a nuke, and now they want the kill. They go for Jojo, and Jojo is gone. So, this could be game. Level 20 has just now been taken. Falset with the Nexus Frenzy. Jaina, Brightwing, they're all gone. And that is the dudes with the lead in this best of 5 series here at the semi-final of the Murky Cup playoffs. They go for gold on Warhead Junction and drop the cats. The lead in the best of 5. Nicely done, the dudes with the victory in game number 1.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Map number 2. So the semifinal continues here with Dragonshire after the dudes have just now taken the lead here against the cats. And it was still a very close game. It kind of flipped once that the boss was taken, but this is honestly quite normal. Before that, though, it was just blow for blow, structure for structure. Then Johanna dies, and that's the moment where they're saying, like, alright guys, death timers are high enough, Jojo is a key hero in the lineup, we can go for boss, we have the nukes, and then it just spiraled from there, and they took the core. So the 1-0 lead for the series, and now the question, of course, how the dudes are going to play this now out. Dragonshire is a map where you need a lot of control, obviously. Oftentimes you see the first DK. It's kind of weird, actually. The first DK is sometimes taken at a 2-minute, 33-minute mark because teams don't pay attention enough and trying to go for mercenary camps at the same time or something, and all of a sudden the opponent sneaks past them and steals it. So that's one variation, and the other one is that it takes ages for the first objective to be claimed, because as death timers are still very low, it's hard to control 3 points on the map and lock that in. We'll see how they are reacting here, but let's find out. I mean, for now, Lucio gets banned, Chromie gets banned. The 10 heroes that were played on the previous map are obviously not playable, so we still have that draft restriction. Nothing too crazy yet, doesn't really limit any kind of role or so, but you can, for example, not play the Haka Force that. For Dragonshire, that makes a difference. Doesn't mean that you always play those two, but they are at least something that you think about, that you have as a possibility. So that's already off the table. You're not going to see that the Haka top lane that is so popular in Dragonshire, or Force that just rotating between the lanes there either. Now, that might give us other heroes. Zagara has been a bit more popular on the map too. Dino initially the one to popularize is a bit more, that's like way back, but right now we still see that, and you can do that to gain some additional control over the bot lane, get your creep spread going, and the vision that comes with it. But our first pick is Maiev. And once that I see Maiev first pick, normally I would immediately think like, well, how about we ban out Stukov? But there's no ban phase anymore before the next pick happens for the red team. So Stukov becomes a real nice option. Get that tether into the lurking arm, for example. So, not too bad. But over on the left side, we get Urel for the top lane, and we get Junkrat. So, yeah. None on Junkrat. He doesn't get Chromie and is like, okay, I can't make your life a living hell with Chromie, but I can still annoy you with Junkrat, and that's fine in my book. Now, Stukov or not Stukov? That's the bigger question here. With Maiev, you can definitely make a lot of cool plays with Stukov. Lurking Arm is being set up, Maiev tethers people in, the timing on those two, you can do a lot there. They go Samuro, and they go Draco. So, there's actually a chance that Stukov gets now banned out, because once that you come in with the Nuburak, Stukov as a follow-up is also mega strong there. Now, Samuro, Maiev, it's already annoying. It's already an annoying lineup. They haven't even picked their damage yet, and it's already an annoying lineup. So, what are the dudes getting rid of? Do they ban Stukov? Do they ban a damage dealer? Don't think that any other support would be ban-worthy here. I mean, maybe Malfurion. Malfurion as a follow-up on the Nuburak is also kind of neat, but still. Greymane, yeah, they don't want him. Might also be an indicator that they themselves are currently thinking about potentially locking in Diablo. Yeah, Meridian has been played. Meridian would be a nice pick for the map too. High mobility, of course, so that would be neat. But yeah, it's Garrosh that gets banned. I like myself a good Garrosh. A good Garrosh is a lot of fun to watch. Not a lot of fun to play against. A lot of fun to watch. There's Diablo. Again, as already called. They're really running the timer down here for potential Ultralisk pick. Or Banana could look his choice here now. I guess Banana is gonna have to play, yeah, support again. So Malfurion, he's playing Malfurion, and they have follow-up CC now. Nice overheals too. There comes Hanzo, and what's the support? What are they going for? Is it Stukov, yes or no? Kind of called him as an option already from the beginning, and they go for him. So, tether into Lurking Arm, a Nuburak engage into Lurking Arm. There we go. Can they fully capitalize on this? As we have a Nova attempt by the dudes. They go for the bounty. We have a bounty by them. They go for Nova here. The second team to try the Nova bounty. So we have an actual Nova bounty attempt by the dudes on the second map here in the playoffs in the semi-final. Ladies and gentlemen, Dragonshire. The dudes on the left, yep, they're going for it. They have Gavlo on Diablo. We got Bloodcool on Urel, Nano on Junkrat, Banana H on Malfurion, and more importantly, Ultralisk is playing Nova. Yeah, the cat's on the right side. They got to deal with player killer number 1. We got Stukov played by Captain Rex, Valar on Hanzo, Hirath on Maiev, Sedath on Samuro, and Drakia is playing a Nuburak on that front line. So, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be wild. Nova picks in general are kind of fun, obviously, but I'm not so sure if this is the game. I mean, honestly, looking at this, I am currently wondering a bit if we are actually getting a precision strike or if we're gonna get some triple tap action or whatnot against heroes like Hanzo. And Hanzo gets already killed. So, yeah, that was a very short-lived first battle for Boy. So he goes down. Hanzo eliminated. No chance for him. Quick kill. And that puts an end to the man with the arrows. Top side. We have now Urel up against our man... up against Samuro. But with Nova now roaming around, let's see how many hits she's gonna get in here. I was actually moving towards the top as they were trying to apply additional pressure on the Samuro, which hasn't really worked out quite the way that they were hoping yet. But Nova's gonna roam the map as much as she can. I mean, again, sitting on the lane doesn't really do anything for her. If the opponent knows where you are, you're already a half failing. She can help out maybe with a couple of pew-pew-pews on these camps, but that's already about it. It's not like you're going to all of a sudden start wave clearing. So you have to apply pressure. You have to just sneak around and trying to get some easy hits in. So that has to be the goal. Teams are going as expected for mercenary camps right away. Yeah, Ultralisk all the way rushing towards the top. Has also his decoy just moving out, trying to bait some abilities and a couple of cooldowns from the opponent. Down at the bottom, Diablo taking control. And Nova, I mean, Valar needs to be super careful. And if you're a Squishy and you're going up against Nova, you know she wants you. You know you're going to be popular with her. So, yeah, she's not going to make that play for, let's say, Nuburak immediately. But double control now on the shrines. Problem is that they are they losing Diablo? Oh, that was sneaky. And he doesn't have the cooldown. So that's the end. Even Nano is sitting on the side and they're just waiting for him to try and dive out. And he does, and gets immediately killed. Very, very smart play. So super cool play here from the team in blue. Gavlo with a very nice approach. I mean, Nuburak tried to get away, and they're already setting up. They already know that they're covering all the angles where he could escape. They know perfectly well that he's going to have the cooldown back in a moment, so they're able to make the move here. Gavlo, on the other hand, down. No way. No way! Really? He survived that? I was waiting for the final hit from Hanzo to drop him. But with 100 hit points, he makes it out of the fight. In the middle, Junkrat! And Nano is also able to escape. So, a little bit of bad luck for the cats here. A couple kill opportunities that didn't come together for them. Yeah, Ultralisk is still pew-pewing at the bot lane, as both teams now have level 4 abilities, with deflection kicking in here too. So, yeah, and all the way at the top, Urel is now taking over. So, Urel is sitting tight, and Nuburak dies again, this time in the middle once more. 3 kills to 0. Yeah. This is all because of Nova. Even when she's not there, she's the reason why they get the kill in the first place. You know, it's like that fear that the opponent has in their minds that is forcing mistakes. That's what's really happening there. That's why Nova is such a great hero, because even when she's not part of the battle, she is terrifying the opponent. That was a nice route too. Damn, that follow-up! What? Oh, if he gets... No! What a beautiful chain against Maiev. I mean, kudos to the blue team. Right now, they are making some really cool moves. Banana H with the initial route. Look at the route here. He drops the route immediately. She jumps on it. And then Junkrat with the follow-up, they are just taking her out. Diablo didn't even have to make a big move by stunning her into a wall. But that was another very, very cool kill. And it's the 4th one in total. And now we have the Dragon Knight and nobody's dealing with him. Nobody. Finally, Maiev is coming in. But they didn't care whatsoever about the decay here at first. So it gets claimed, and then they are breaking through the wall mega easily. So the blue team, kudos to them. Very, very well coordinated plays now. Perfect shot as the level 7 talent for Nova. With level 7, we're also now getting the targeted excision. They're still trying. Oh, Stukov gets kicked out, so now they don't have sustain here. Seems like Maiev might be in trouble. No tower shots, but Hera still doesn't have a chance. So Nova comes in, once more another kill. And Nuburak gets kicked out. The Dragon Knight with the NFL tryout here, trying to get a place in the special teams. And he is doing pretty alright. So they're doing damage to the fort in the middle, damage to the fort at the bottom of the map, 5 kills to 0. And guess what? Now they're locking in level 10. Precision strike, that's what they have. And we get now lightning breath as well. So this is a bit of a disaster. It's an entire level lead that we have, 1 level ahead, and that gives them, of course, the big opportunity to now damage more structures, get further ahead, work around the objective a little bit, see if they can maybe sneak up a couple of the mercenary camps here or get some kills. And they are going for exactly those plays. Camps are being, if not invaded, then at least threatened. They're taking the one at the bottom of the map. But we have also heroics now for the cats. So they got immediately the arrow. Disc gets used right away. Follow up with a stun. Gavlo gets a heal. Tranquility. He might still fall. Diablo, he's still alive, and they get the precision strike and the barbecue, and they take Dracula out. Yes, they do. And he's not the only one. Took a little bit longer there. Whoa, the pancake move from Urel. Urel just pancakes them hard. Absolutely hard in this one. So, yeah, another big play, and they take a fort. I mean, right now, they are with 7 kills to 0, firmly in the driver's seat. Totally taking apart the opponent. I mean, they're going through the cats like hot butter through cheese. So, yeah, not so sure. They're going through the cats like bad chili through Trixler. 7 kills to 0, 1.5 levels ahead. What's the damage actually looking like for Nova? Banana Age just started stepping his way around the mercenary camps. The man is bored already. We now have 18,000 damage from Junkrat, 14,000 for Nova. Okay, talking about Nova. Hanzo gets a Nova kill. Finally the first one to be taken out. Yeah. Player kill number 1 goes down quickly. Well, 7.5 minutes into the game, but it was quickly. I mean, she just got Hanzo. Not really the biggest hit point pool on her. They're trying to deny Dragonite to the red team. They still have the talent advantage with level 13. So, there's that. Sonic efficiency is ready. Nova is now slowly coming back too. Camps still have to be dealt with, but there's also the attack. Diablo, nice move for barbecue. That is the exact situation right there. Yeah, in the middle. I mean, sorry, this... sometimes sentences should be finished. The exact situation where you want to use the lightning breath when you have a choke point position like that, so you get maximum value out of it. That is, yeah, a little bit better. But all the way up at the top, now the action just continuing over here. Trying to make a quick move on that. Another objective. Can they grab another one? I mean, could happen. Oh, careful. Maiev, Anubarak has to jump out here. Junkrat, not caring about the fight at all. Let's push the bot lane out, so he's there. And is able to easily move out with all the mobility that he has. All these Overwatch heroes, seriously. Mobility, mobility, mobility. Every single Overwatch hero. Most of the Overwatch heroes. Nearly all of them. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, those guys always insanely mobile on every single thing that they do. That's at least what it feels like. But both of the shrines are again under the control of the dudes. But we have the cats, as usual, trying to claw their way back into this. Arrow completely missing. I mean, this one is flying. Oh my god. Bit of a barbecue attempt, but then Diablo gets this. If you're in Florida, duck! Because that arrow is coming through any moment now. That was definitely en route. Money Pig! Bloodcool, my man. My man! Money Pig action from Bloodcool. Samuro is trying again for Nova, but Ultralisk is actually chunking him down fairly quickly as well with some of those snipes. Now, Nova is going into the middle. That's another Dragonite. She's gonna get it. Dragonite in time. Nova claims it. So now she can go for the fort in the middle. Red team is already falling back. Their goal at the bottom of the map was, of course, in the first place to try and take control of that shrine again, which didn't quite work out. So now what they have to do instead is deal with the situation in the mid lane. Probably not going to be too happy about that either, because that's fort number 2 that now falls on their end. Yeah. 16 talents already. So you have a Dragonite, you have level 16, and you have 2 forts destroyed. Yeah, pretty good. Explosive rounds as well. Now we got Templar's Verdict, and Firestorm build continues for Diablo with the debilitating flame. Junkrat, by the way, has just continued what he started earlier and is keeps pushing the bot lane. Urel was anchoring the play for him, and he just easily gets out. The disc doesn't even connect. Maiev YOLOs it out and tries to get a hit in there, but just can't. Dragonite gets abandoned as Ultralisk wants to chip in some damage. Riptire, and bam! Nova with a kill on Stukov. Nice root from Alfurion. Banana H with another big one. And that is the end of Stukov. The precision strike was absolutely golden already, but they didn't just stop there. They pushed the rest of the team too. Anubarak, Hanzo, they all just barely escaped in that last fight, as Urel is now moving towards the top. But it's a 5 versus 4 on the map and a level 16 talent advantage, so the dudes are trying to be aggressive here. Gavlo survives, gets healed by Malfurion again, and they're slowly poking against the keep. Now, slowly poking the keep down as much as they can. 8 kills to 1. And then Nova gets hit by the disc. The root is there in case that Maiev is really attempting to follow up on that. But there's also the the Samuro factor that we shouldn't ignore. Because Samuro is now at the top, and he is once again starting to be annoying. With level 16, he has also picked up Press the Advantage. And we get the Epic Enter from Anubara. So now he can try and epically enter the back line of the dudes and maybe get the stun against Malfurion. But I can't shake the games that the Cats played before. I just can't. I look at this, 8 kills to 1, 2-level lead, structures destroyed, and I'm like, okay, the dudes, they have this game pretty much on lockdown. And then I remember the games from the previous round that the Cats played, and I'm just like, well, but at the same time, do they really? And I'm not so certain anymore, because there's too many games that have been played previously where the Cats had no chance of winning in my eyes, or had absolutely no rights to, and somehow managed to do it after all. So, yeah. But, either way, all the way at the top now, Bloodcool playing a 1 versus 1 against Samura. Down at the bottom of the map though, this is where the team fight is popping out again. Here comes Gavlo, alright, a little bit of damage, gets tethered back in, tries to make an escape happen and is able to do that, but it's a 4 versus 4 now. And still a little bit of added poke that we're getting from Nova time and time. Oh, that was a bit... I mean, again, the arrow wouldn't have hit in the first place, but that was kind of unlucky going for a Cocoon and the arrow against the same target at the same time. So the coordination could have definitely been better there. And this looks like another Dragon Knight. They take the control of both of the shrines. Nano jumps towards the middle, has the added mobility that Junkrat just simply can use in a spot like this. And that allows him to get another DK. Yeah, they try for more kills, and Maiev is in trouble. Gets crushed. The Dragon Knight even chipping in a couple of auto attacks. Now they're chasing Anubarak down. He's gone too. Oh boy, yeah, that is tough. That is one tough game. Absolute crazy good performance now from the dudes, and they are about to lock in the Nova Bounty as well. So they went for Nova Bounty, definitely one of the harder ones in this. And it looks like they might just end the game here and lock in another bounty for themselves. With level 20 talents, they are losing the Diablo. Dragon Knight got baited in a bit too deep, so I guess they can't end the game after all. They got at least the keep, but maybe they are getting a bit too complacent here. So, yeah, again, a bit careful. I think that Dragon Knight should have done way more than this. But the Dragon Knight gets baited in as he dances after Diablo. And what happens then is that you're essentially just behind enemy lines, behind a keep, towers, and you get taken out way too quickly. So... oh, oh my god. Oh my god! Like, I think he's saving the good arrows for the next game. But, yeah, they try to go for Hanzo, and he gets punished for the lack of arrows that connect. Anubarak is also gone, so that's the next one. And, well, with 12 kills to 2, they now go for another move at the bottom of the map. It's actually kind of funny. The first attempt didn't really work out. Diablo dies and loses the Dragon Knight. Now they kill 2 heroes. They have a 5 versus 3. And they're just like, you know what? How about we go again? How about we go again? Let's try this once more. We got 30 seconds. We can do some damage here. How about we just move in and try and take the core out? And yeah, they get the precision psych on Stukov. But oh, nice. Get they get a kill? No, so close. But they might be able to take the game. So yeah, 80% right now. Heroes are gonna come back. Nova kills Samuro. Nova with 53,000 damage. Player killer number 1 with the top damage in the game. Easy peasy. Now they go for Maiev. Hera dies too, and the core is gonna fall eventually. So, well played. The dudes, they get another bounty, and they take a 2-0 lead in the best of 5. So, very good performance. And honestly, some of the coordinated plays they had in this one were just spectacular. And against a strong team as well. So the Cats, just absolutely no chance here. They were outplayed. They didn't find any kind of tool to get back into the game. And that leads us to that victory in Dragonshire for the blue team. GG, and well played. Game number 3, Infernal Shrines. Well, the last game was a bit of a stomp. Now, that's obviously because Nova is the best hero in the game, and when you are able to lock in player kill number 1 in your draft, then your opponent just doesn't have a chance. The cats, they just shrunk away from the awesomeness that is Nova. They turned into meek little kittens as Nova was taking them out one at a time, and they just didn't have a chance against her. Nova has now been picked twice, the Nova bounty completed twice, and I don't know how to tell you this, but she has a 100% win rate. Clearly the best hero in the game. That, by the way, I don't like. Banning Cho'Gall again is just sad. But yeah, it's match point. These are the bounties, so check them out. Once again, this is the bounty time that we have over here. And we'll see, of course, if this is going to be a 3-0 victory for the blue team, if they're able to pull this off, if we're going to get another couple of bounties, or what the what the game is going to bring. We are going to Infernal Shrine, so you want to have your AoE ready for the shrine fights themselves. 20 heroes have now been played. 20 heroes, therefore, cannot be played again, according to the rules. And yeah, well, we banned Sylvanas, okay. I'm still a bit on the fence on what exactly I am expecting from the dudes now, because they just played their bounties, and at this point, if you have a 2-0, I would say you're just looking for it again, right? You're trying again to get bounties, and go for it. So Mephisto gets banned, and a really nice damage dealer, of course, on Infernal Shrines in the first place, with Cho'Gall being banned. I want to see Cho'Gall. The Cats are one of the few teams that are never allowed to play Cho'Gall, and it is honestly a crying shame, so I want them to at least have a little bit of Cho'Gall action at some point, but it's just not going on. So now we're getting, as our first pick, Chromie. Nano locks him in, locks her in. It was denied on the last map, so they banned out Chromie. He responded with Junkrat. You all know how that went, so I don't think they enjoyed it too much. With Mephisto eliminated, Nano finally has an opportunity to pick Chromie for himself, and he immediately does. So that begs the question, what is happening at the front line? You want to have some stuns in an ideal world to tee her up properly. Don't necessarily have to, but it makes her, of course, way more effective. The variant Sniper Comp hasn't been played yet, so that could still be a thing. But we get Leo and Vala very quickly for the Cats. So in that context, instantly auto attacks, very likely. Double support, yes, no. What else could they do? Are we getting him a Div at some point? Also, what are they banning out now? What are the dudes banning out? Are they banning Uther because they're saying, hey, you could double as a support here? There's Varian, Chromie, taunt into a setup, and you want to have a follow-up, of course, but they go for Anduin here. So, father and son. Varian has another opportunity to teach Anduin how to become a man, how to step it up in battle. What end to pick the sword up on? And I know. Blizzard is trying to, you know, like, make him more manly these days, but good joke. So yeah. Alright, let's see. And here comes the Kerrigan ban. That's a bit of a shame. That would have been nice, dear. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, as usual, make sure that you're checking out the thumbs up button. Like, hit that thing hard. Helps to spread the love a little bit. If there's people out there that have watched heroes in the past, there's a high chance that when we have popular heroes that they're going to be recommended. Maybe we're going to get some back in. So make sure that you hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you should do that too. As we're having these picks happen though, quick reminder that I have created for most of the tournaments playlists on the channel. So if you've missed the North America tournament or the Korea tournament, you can also check all of them out still. They have all very different meta from what you were seeing here. So yeah, there's that as well. But Uther gets banned. Again, already highlighted that as an option. Uther as a main tank, then a second support is always kind of strong. Here comes Garrosh. And I suppose now we get the first... No, we don't get the first support. They're actually playing with only a solo support here. So Captain Rex might still go into auto attacks, whoever is playing Vala. But we have Vala Gul'dan now. And Vala could play on this map also different builds. We have seen multi-shot builds, we have seen arrow builds. All of them not as popular as an auto attack style, but given the fact that they already shied away from playing two supports, we might see Vala deviate away from it a bit. Malthael and Zagara. Chromie Zagara for the range damage. Malthael and Varian added to it. And, well, that brings us to the final pick for game number 3. So, guys, it's a 2-0 lead right now for the dudes. If they win here, then this match is over. The cats drop into the losers bracket, and the dudes move on to the winner bracket final. So, yeah, we'll see what's happening now. Infernal Shrines is our third map. Oriel is the final pick, and we're heading straight into the next battle between the cats and the dudes. Game number 3, match point. Banana Age for the blue team with Anduina. Ultralis is playing Zagara. We got Gavlo on Varian. The father-son duo is complete. Nano with Chromie. And we get Bloodcool on Malthael. Here it is, the multi-shot build. This can be quite powerful, especially on Infernal Shrine. So Vala not going for an auto attack. Valar playing the hero with Captain Rex on Oriel. We have Hirath on Garrosh, Drakia on Gul'dan with a Fellflame build, and Sadath is playing Leoric. Okay. Actually, now that I think about it, I think most of the times when we've seen multi-shot lately, it was actually successful and won the game. I'm not saying that multi-shot in and of itself won it, but it can be really good damage output for Vala, and obviously when you're playing it on Infernal Shrines, you're getting multiple values here. Since they did not want to go into Vala auto attack with only a single support, yeah, they can definitely try it that way, add additional AoE, and their AoE number, I mean, they have a lot of AoE. They got Gul'dan, they got Leoric, and then on top of that now they have Vala with this setup too. Varian, by the way, is the first one to fall here, so that's already an early kill for the cats, as they are looking for the reverse sweep. Their previous match was a fairly intense one, and they clawed their way back into the series at maps multiple times. Now they're trying to do a similar thing again in the next best of 5, and this time it has to be a full-on reverse sweep if they want to make that play. So, can they? Vala with a single stack. I mean, it's all about really trying to get the proper amount of stacks together so that you can use it in those shrine fights specifically. But yeah, down here, the next attack with Gul'dan and his boys aiming for a camp. So this is neutral one that gets attacked. The blue team has just started to settle for their own on the left side, but that leaves the right side open for the red team to walk away with a 2-1. Malthael sitting in the middle. Zagara a bit alone on the top. She obviously has a lot of AoE that she can use to go for wave clear and quickly push with siege those structures down, and surprisingly enough, she's not being dealt with all that quickly. So she gets a bit of a freebie here, and that's one tower already down, and she might get more. Leoric is also tapping the fountain, so that burns the cooldown. They might have to set up a bit of a rotation to help out Leoric at the top, or Zagara might just walk over him here. Goes on level 4 straight into the Amendment Spines. Leo again is low, pops Austin's Renewal here, but I think he also used the cooldown on his fountain earlier, so it could be a bit problematic. Now, with all of that happening, we have with level 4 also Taunt for Varian, so this is where he actually becomes a hero and not an oversized minion. So now he can tee up Chromie, get the damage in, try and drop a couple of targets here. How they're going to perform, on the other hand, on the Shrine, that's a different question. If they at any point feel that they want to give a Shrine up, they should do or decide that right away, because anything else just stacks Vala, and you don't want to do that. And to be fair, also of course Gul'dan, but Vala has the endless stacking going on for her, and that's a bit more impactful just generally speaking. Now, either way, top again. Next attack is already coming in as they drop the gate. Shrine is active as well, and they are just pushing. That tower is likely going to fall now too, and they're already active on the Shrine to get themselves a lead on the Shrine minions. Malthael is at the bottom of the map, aiming for level 7 for the team, but the red team has decided that they're just going to 5-man the top. That's exactly what they're doing right now. Full 5-man top lane approach, Zagara moving into the middle, Malthael is down at the bottom of the map, and at least right now it seems like they're willing to let this one slide. That they're just saying, okay, we're going to do damage in the middle, we're going to do damage at the bottom of the map, and if you get the Punisher, that's fine, but overall we're still going to get the better trade. And Malthael, for example, is already proxying the wave right here, whereas Zagara has started to destroy the wall in the middle. One of the towers is already down. And now they can potentially also apply a little bit more pressure down at the bottom of the map. Top side though, Chromie
I have no idea what that was. Did Garrosh get her? I don't really think so. So that would be a bit strange if Nano just walked in and got surprised there. But the Arcane Punisher at the top is now taken. Zagara is still just pushing the bot lane. Gavlo gets thrown, whipped, but saved by Anduin. So there's the taunt on Vala. She's sitting at 7 stacks now, and Zagara has more and more time down here. Finally has to move back as Leoric is saying hello. Ultralisk is also starting to run a bit low on mana, so he needs to be careful on that too. But the defense at the top so far is pretty alright. They're losing some hit points on the fort, but nothing crazy. I mean, they baited over towards the keep even. So if you compare this little bit of damage and the wall being destroyed to what was done by the blue team, I guess that's at least an even trade. If not a favorable one for the dudes. Yeah, the dudes did pretty okay here. So with that, we still have very even experience. I mean, again, nobody has really taken too big of a lead right now. Structurally, maybe an advantage for the blue team, but nothing crazy. It's not like they took a fort out or two all of a sudden. They opened a few walls up. That was about it. But Zagara is definitely getting value for them. So much has been pretty clear. Slowing Sands for Chromie. Zagara, by the way, not even top damage when it comes to Siege. Malthael is higher up with the 52,000 that he currently has. The battle here in the middle and might get flanked. Jumps in pretty deep. The entire team is moving in. Leo's about to go down. If he doesn't get a heal right away, and he doesn't, then that's a kill. So Leo gets destroyed. The heal from Oriel was just half a second too late, if so. Now they go for Heras. This time it connects. Oh, that would have been a disaster for Garrosh if last rights, if that level 10 ability that just got picked up would have been ready a moment earlier, or if Malthael would have been here. And Vala is really struggling to get her stacks together. So the blue team making some of the decisions to not fight in big team fights, and it is doing pretty alright for them because they can keep Vala's stack amount low, which helps them on the next few objectives. That's always a little bit tricky if Vala is all of a sudden getting out of control at least. But at least for now, she's not even completed level 1 quest. How is Garrosh alive? Are you shitting me? This is the second time now that he gets away with essentially negative hit points, and somehow he really made it. Anduin could still go for the bubble plays here. We have Nidus network for Zagara, so they're trying to get the Nidus bounty. And the way that Ultralisk has been playing this so far, I don't blame them or anything. He's been looking very aggressively at pushing these lanes. And with also a lot of success. So, there's that. Now, well, if they can play that full-on macro style, then Zagara with Nidus might really make a difference for them. Here comes the light bomb. That has to finally. Garrosh dies at least. Gul'dan dies. Garrosh so far is still alive, but they're actually trapping Captain Rex, and that's now a second kill. 2 heroes go down, and that opens the fort up, and Zagara is already in the middle with another mercenary camp and a minion wave, and is getting big value here too. So Ultralisk is moving back out. He's just playing this all-out Red Dota style, coming through time and time again for a bit of damage, and now they're also dropping Garrosh with Last Rites, which gives Malthael the actual first stack for him. And on top of all of that, every time an Intune drops, Anduin is of course going to get ready for another pull. So 4 kills to 2, more than a level advantage, level 13 talent lead. Yeah, and the dudes with another bounty attempt that up to this point at least is not looking too bad. They're ahead. But Ultralisk probably overstayed. Yeah, he's definitely gonna fall here. He wants the counter kill though. And he gets it! You're kidding! No way! He actually got a counter kill against Vala. I mean, that is nuts. They ganked up on him with everything that he had, and then he just juked out the whip and went for Vala and dropped her. So even in that situation, they couldn't get the better trade. That's crazy. They used so much... I mean, they lost time. They ganked up with everything that they had, and then that happened. Now Drake at the top gets also crushed. So that's Gul'dan gone. We're looking at 6 kills to 3. Punisher at the bottom of the map. The Frozen Punisher is now moving through. Timeout for Chromie. And they're attacking at the top. Bot lane is being defended, but that means that the top lane is abandoned. So yeah, bottom of the map. Vala is essentially soloing this right now. But catapults are doing a little bit of damage, and the rest of the team is at the top trying to go for a few more kills, and they can. Do we have another last right? I mean, he should. They drop it right there, and that's another kill. Malsael dies too, but honestly, who cares? He got another ult through, which means another 5 seconds cooldown reduction. I mean, of course they care, but, you know, at least he got a kill, and he got another stack. Chromie losing her, a little bit of a different story. So finally we're seeing the cats make some plays. Yeah, there's the Entomb. Banana Age gets caught. That's kill number 3. Okay, now we're talking. But they've lost 2 forts because Ultralisk in the middle was again busy with Zagara. That helped them to take another fort out. So 7 kills to 6. 16 talents nearly ready. Now all the way up at the top. The fort is still saved. Another whip move from Captain Rex. And yeah, the Nidus is being set up. There's also one at the bottom of the map. Mana checks it out and starts to take it. Oh, yeah, that can happen too. Zagara says hello real quickly, and Vala needs to be very careful. That could have been a problem. Can you imagine trying to take one of the Niduses out and all of a sudden Vala just pops out, drops everything on you, and you just go down? That would have been it. That would have been the big play here. Thankfully for them, that didn't quite happen. Yeah, he has to try for a counter kill. He can't go into the Nidus. The whip would have come through. This time, Ultralisk overdid it a little bit. That's 3 heroes that he's now up against, and yeah, that is not happening. I mean, he managed earlier, but you're not gonna be in that good of a spot all the time. So, you still gotta be careful. The plays that we're seeing from Ultralisk here are absolutely fantastic, but then at the same time, again, don't get too complacent. With level 16, we now have also Vala just popping her next ability in. Manticore is now ready. Despite the build that's been used so far, Manticore is always nice against the frontliners. Diablo, nice. They get another stun out here. Okay. But there needs to be a bit more. Oh, nice little play. Anduin in trouble. The entire red team is low. But as long as they get the kills and are able to move out, yeah, good for them. Leoric at least falls, so it's again a trade. He's at least going to spawn on side. But yeah, they're following up with Garrosh. Or so I thought. Well, far from it. Garrosh survives and Varian goes down. 3 stacks for Malthael, by the way. So that's 15 seconds on the cooldown reduction. A nice poke from Chromie. The structural situation is still a dire one for the red team. And Zagara is of course not letting up on all of this. A lot of this is being played out in a 4 versus 4, 4 versus 5, as Ultralisk is trying to go to those side lanes whenever he has a chance to. Some of those forward Nidus are already have already been taken out, so that's a bit of a problem. But now we have the bot lane pushing. We could also go again for Herath. Ult is up, and where's the last rights when you need it? What? Okay, sorry, Aegis was still up. So he's trying to get close enough and can't. Somehow, I don't understand how he always does it. Herath survives again, which is ridiculous, but he does. And they're gonna get the Punisher. It's 30 stacks already. Still damage down here as the wall gets opened up. He might be able to get a kill here too. Yeah, for example, against Leo. And yep, there. No! The heal. Yeah, nicely done. Good job on Auriel. Auriel able to protect Leo and ensure that Malthael doesn't get another stack. He's still sitting at 3. He would have loved to get another 5 seconds. I mean, he would have started to sneak really quickly towards completing this one. But now it's 18 versus 18, and the kills are actually ahead for the red team. So the cats are ahead on the kill count. We have 34,000 damage for Chromie now. We have 32 for both. Varian actually has 32,000 as well. But so has Malthael. And then Vala with 30,000 herself, top damage dealer on the red team side. So, seems like Leoric was this time the one that had some issues. Herath on the money pick with Garrosh, very fitting, but I'm still
this game is not in the bag for the blue team. They thought for some time that they could finish this out with a 3-0 and lock another bounty in for themselves. And they still might be able to. But you should never count the cats out. And honestly, the kill advantage now goes to them. Light bomb here. Didn't do enough. No. Not close. And the Zagara plays that they were trying to execute are starting to fall off at least a little bit. They're not quite as successful anymore with Zagara as they were previously. Part of that is because the team on the right side of the map is doing a bit of a better job controlling the Nidus network. But yeah, outside poke is happening again. So, can the cats start the reverse sweep here? 8 kills to 10. Everybody at the top right now with level 16, of course. We got Glyph of Faith, as usual. And the Corrosive Saliva here too. But the next shrine spawns up at the top and both teams still have a fountain there. Nice save. Anduin, it was a good whip. Captain Rex just generally with a lot of good whips and plays that stun people into walls. So, gotta be mega careful here. If Varian engages and he's immediately met by a reaction like that, this could be the end. They go for Herath. Aegis is out. Now the chance. And there's the kill. Didn't even have to use Malthael's ult. He still can use that again, but taking Garrosh down here was actually pretty big. Now you have a chance to also take the top fort out, which would then obvious. Oh, nice! 4th stack for Malthael and a 2nd kill. Top fort can be removed, so can the fountain be. That gives an advantage for the next objective. They have level 20, and we get no one can stop death and also the pack instinct. And they're not even stopping at the fort. They immediately realize that they have a chance to, with the Punisher, if they get it, go for the keep. So they're starting to burn down that wall. But now, those were big kills. Not even using the ult of Malthael to take Garrosh down, reserving it for the 2nd play, and then grabbing the kill on Leoric and also the extra cooldown reduction on Malthael. I mean, 4 stacks, 20 seconds off. He is already back with his ult in just a moment. Zagara with the Nidus, I mean, that one maybe a bit on the nose, but okay. So, Shrine is activating, and technically it's 20 versus 20, and they haven't had an advantage on this yet. So, still a chance to try and bring that back easily with a Punisher that they can win. They have a shot here, and they're trying to take it. There's camps on every single lane though, with the exception of the top lane, so that could over time start to present a problem for the red team if this draws out. If this is a long drawn out fight, yeah. And Garrosh takes damage again immediately. I mean, Zagara is currently also doing a lot better on the damage numbers. I'd say she's starting to catch up a little bit. Currently still on 33,000, but remember how much time she spent on the side lane. Aegis again! Light bomb! There's the stun! Zagara! And she goes down! Quest completed fully. How did they lose that? What? The Horrify of Gul'dan ruins the play. Horrify of Gul'dan was the big one here. That's a problem on the other hand. But yeah, so look at this. Basically, Garrosh was dead. Zagara gets horrified. Both of the damage dealers, Zagara and Chromie, get hit by the Horrify as they were trying to engage here. And honestly, I think that the red team is thinking, are they trying to end? I mean, I'm not quite sure if they're ending or trying to end here, but like, imagine how much damage is being done at the bottom of the map right now. That's a bit of a problem that I have. This keep is gonna fall. So them not sending back a single defender to try and deal with this indicates that they are hoping to go for a big hit right now. They're trying for a big push here that potentially ends at least the keep, but maybe even more. So the Entomb was not too successful. Core might even get attacked through the bot lane now. 10 kills to 11. Keep at the top. Likely gonna fall. Zagara is back now. Yeah, Core's gonna take damage in a moment. But yeah, they can't go deeper than this. So they gave up their keep. But they got a keep as well. And Malthael. Oh, he gets the damage over time and therefore a kill. Not a last right stack, but the damage over time did it. So the core nearly taking damage against the catapult here. I was about to say, Leo probably focused the catapult first. And the keep in the middle opened up too. Interesting. Some interesting development for sure. So Each team has now destroyed a keep. One team still has 2 forts standing. Oh, and with Garrosh down, they're actually going on the attack. Yeah, they're exploiting the 4 versus 5 now. Garrosh is one of the biggest threats to them, of course, too. So they're just realizing that, and as long as a Horrifier and like Weird Entomb is not connecting, as long as Garrosh cannot be a threat to them, they want to pressure. And look how much damage they're doing here. Not only the pressure for potential kills, but this keep is nearly gone now. Garrosh in 3 seconds, and they're committing. They have so much range poke. That's keep number 2 gone. Oh, those 2 lanes are a nightmare for the cats. There's catapults with every single lane now. With every single lane. It's a disaster. It's an utter disaster. So, yep, catapults are gonna be a problem. 60,000 damage for Vala, 65,000 damage for Chromie. Now, in addition to that, we even have camps taken at the map. But, yeah. Well, Chromi's top damage in the game. Zagara and Gul'dan are the top players when it comes to siege damage. 11 kills to 11, level 22 on both sides. It is even on all the numbers except for the structures. Now, it doesn't change the fact that if a team now loses a big team fight, the opponent is likely going to try to end the game because, as I said, we have lanes opened up. Each team has lost a keep, so you can go for it. But the next team fight is going to get interesting. I want to say, thankfully, for the red team, the shrine spawns at the bottom. Can you imagine it spawning at the top next? In that case, 2 lanes would push for your core. They would probably lose the game on that alone. But now they have another shot here to do lots of damage and, who knows, maybe turn things a bit. Zagara, yeah, well, she has vision. She has good vision here, so she knows when, if they're moving in. But that's top lane pressure now. Top lane pressure to make sure that catapults are not becoming an issue. Because, again, for the blue team, this position is pretty bad. First of all, their own pressure at the bottom of the map through catapults is negated a little bit. And second of all, they are experiencing a lot of pressure topside that they gotta deal with now. So, big lead immediately on the Shrine minions. Good control, nice taunt, bit of extra damage against Leoric, is already down to 50. They go for Herath, and yeah, that was maybe a bit too trigger happy by Malthael to try and get an ult through here. They baited Aegis out. If that was the plan, then great. If they really wanted to kill, then that was a bit optimistic. But now they're going for Herath again, the Horrify, and he's gone. Can they get the objective at least? Sarath is about to go down. Objective, they need 4 more. Leo is gone. So is Anduin. 2 more. Do they have the damage from range? Malthael is gone, and they get the Mortar Punisher. The problem is that the top lane is still open. Leo is gone. How much can they do here? They're defending. They're defending. They can't go for an attack now. They're too low. We have 2 defenders, and Malthael, of course, bought back with 20. So actually, this is still a push. Chromie is coming in. Look at how quickly Garrosh is falling there in hit points. That is nuts. And now Malthael is coming in. Malthael is coming in. Bye-bye, Gul'dan. He gets the... No! Are you shitting me? No way! He somehow survives this and is still getting pressured. Topside keep, by the way. Yeah, this is not looking good. That keep is going to go down. They go for Leo, and he mistimed it. Leo mistimes it and insta dies. Some damage on the keep is possible, maybe more. 20 seconds for the ult of Malthael. Yeah, and they get 12% of the core. 12%, but that's it. If they stay too long here, they might lose a couple of their heroes. So Zagara uses the Nidus network to escape, but boah, this game. No structure standing anymore for the red team. They have nothing. Nothing. Nothing left. They've lost everything. Every lane is now pressuring against them. Time is definitely working in favor of the blue team. The dudes. They're taking camps. Look at the minimap alone. I mean, again, from their perspective, look at the vision. They know nothing. The entire map belongs to the opponent. You can see vision on the minimap right now clearly. So yeah, every now and then somebody pops up. They immediately start pinging.
It's all about sharing information right now and trying to sniff out where they are. This is a bit of a bait, by the way. It's the only thing that shines on the map right now. But the catapults alone pin them down. Let's not forget, we're 24 minutes in this game. So, yeah, 24 minutes in, and it's just, a bit disastrous. Cats are trying everything here. Everything. 80,000 damage for Chromie. Oh, Vala! Yeah, the last rights, and it's not enough. They get a stun against Tirath in 2 misses, by the way. Oh, he had 6 hit points! No! How many hit points were that? Was it 6? Keep your eye on Garrosh here. Keep your eye on Garrosh. Check Garrosh out. Gets stunned. Gets brutally hit. No! I mean, how many times? Seriously, how many times in this game right now? In this game alone, on this map, did Garrosh survive, which, in a situation where it felt like she should have died? Over and over and over again. Countless times. Somehow they make that. And, yeah. Now, the Horrify. Nice. That was a really good move from Anduin. That could have been a problem here. They're getting poked down so hard. It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Here comes the last right. And Garrosh is finally dead. And so is Leoric. And this might end things. This might have ended. Yes, Gul'dan is gone. It's game. It's game. A 3-0 victory. I think the result in no way reflects the quality of the games that we've seen here. Maybe Dragonshire. But boy, oh boy. They go for another. They take down everyone with the exception of Vala. And here she goes to 5-man team wipe as the dudes move on to the winner bracket final and send the cats into the losers bracket. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.